for this watercolor, I'm going to use this medium cold pressed 12 by 16 paper block. So we don't need to do the stretching with tapes or staples. Use the link and coupon to save 12%. Do a little light sketch. I already have a little bit more like a brown color, so like a red, yellow, and a little bit tiny blue. So I'm gonna do that over here to take a look at, make one decision at a time. We know that we're gonna have like a too dark over here. So we're gonna take a look at the front and the side of the boat. So recognize that that is the direction of the boat is going up a little bit like this. All right. So you don't want to miss that. So this one, okay, and the other side will be here about that. And use light color, it will be great. So you don't need to worry about because of the light color is going to disappear at the end. Okay, this is good. So still keep that in mind. So I'm gonna have that some coming like right here, and then about 1/3. This is her elbow about over here, 1/3, and then 2/3 on this side. So I'm gonna have this up all the way here, and the front over here. I'm also thinking about that. I want to hear a thought, and thinking about that is, do we need to mask this, or can we? If we don't have to mask with masking fluid or masking tape, that would be actually the better way, because it seems like giving us a lot more work to do before we start freely paint. So for this painting, I'm going to see if I don't have to, and I don't have to, if something really clean, if I need to, when I take back the white space, I'm probably going to go with gouache opaque white. So we're going to see how it's going to go. So we have lots of options. So if we can leave it, that's great. If it doesn't, and then we're going to go with opaque. How's that sound? Do you like that better? You're so busy, huh? Okay. So I'm going to have the dark over here moving up a little bit tiny more. This one, I'm going to have this here. So it's so light, probably only you can see that. Try just paint with the watercolor paint if you can. And then this dark is going to be here, like that. Okay, looking at the whole shape. Like this. And also recognize that where the white space, like that, where the white space comparing the surrounding area, like the body of the front, the chest of the dark, that would be something we try to keep it painting around if we can. Okay, here you go. The body just a little bit darker like that, but the head need to be a little bit lighter. So this is good. So I have this shape and this shape, and we know that we need to have the shape. I'm gonna have a little bit blue color, and I'm gonna have that some shape over here like that, and have some reflection, something up over there. You're gonna see. So I'm gonna have some kind of reflection. Okay, something like that, starting from a little bit soft and gradually, and over here and the back over here like that. On this side, we're also going to have some reflection like that. You're going to see. We're going to reserve lots of creative license to do what we want. Start from lighter, and I have a little bit red into the green. So when you see that the reflection, if this here, and the reflection of that is almost like straight down, but judging on that, because the photograph camera is like a little bit off this side, right? So I can also have a little bit more like a gray over here under. I don't want to leave painting around the water drop down over here, so I that's going to be definitely with the gouache paint. It's going to help. Okay, like that. I'm gonna also give it a little bit. Look at the angle, like coming a little bit more, like off, a little bit more to forward, a little bit for the reflection. So play with this idea, and then gradually, and we're gonna get a more and more clear. And whatever we do right now, we still can change it. We still can. That's considered still very light, right? Let's just have something like that. See the line moving forward, and you see there is a very clear white line in the middle over here, and it's okay. That will be going to use the opaque paint like that, as well as a few yellow color strokes. That's good. And let's see. Hopefully you can stay with me all the way through the end. We're probably going to have some sharing. Talk about some of the things you maybe need to keep in mind. Maybe for the future you can maybe avoid. Yeah, so we're gonna see. That's good. Alright, so we're gonna have some light shape over there. Maybe that white shape we're also going to paint with the gouache paint. So now I'm gonna come to their main. The main object that will be the person, right? So we're gonna see. I'm still thinking about this. Should this is moving up a little bit more, right? This kayak. But we're gonna see. So here, the where she is, like about 1/3 from the left. Is it about 1/3 over here? Since I started painting directly with watercolor right from the start, I feel like a lot more free and less fear. What are you guys thinking about that? Do you have the same experience? Right, you're feeling kind of like you have nothing to be afraid of, and I think it's just a great feeling. It's just try it, right? Is anyone is still wondering about that? Okay, I'm gonna just all the thing try to avoid it, just like what I'm doing right now. It's just give it enough time. Like enough time, that means like a 2 more seconds or 5 more seconds, and you would avoid that the whole thing, right? If you give it enough thinking, it will avoid all the issues. Okay, now I'm gonna drawing the bottom of the head like that. That's pretty simple. And okay, I'm gonna take a look at the size of the head over here. That's good. Like that. Take a look at this. Just the rough bigger shape. So the pad is here. Like that. So you can see the neck, it will be here like a halfway. That's good. Like that. And then take a look. The nose here. And the chin. About here. Here you go. Look again. That's good. So the nose is sitting right here. Yeah, pay good attention to it. And then you see the face. This is the little bit more shadow. Okay, and always have some hair a little bit lighter on the back. I can have a little bit tiny red, a little bit more red, and say orange to the face. Okay, that's good. Like that. And the front over there, the front of the head, I'm gonna define that a little bit better. Now, since I know the face, so this head need to be dragged, tilted this way. I'm gonna make the head just a little bit bigger. That's good. And the back over here, maybe a little bit lower. Perfect. I think that make the proportion a lot better. Okay, I'm getting more excited. So I'm gonna take a look at that. The hair coming down over here, the orange hair, like that. Insert a little hair on the shoulder over here like this. Here you go. A little hair coming in the front over here, so this the neck right there. And we're gonna get into that. Now it's the arm over here. Now moving the arm a little bit. Okay, that's good. You got this the back. And see that's from here coming down. That's good. Now I finished defining. Just for confirm the hair, I'm gonna just have a little yellow with the red. So make like a little bit more like, not doesn't need to be very dark, but it's gonna have the little orange color right there. So give a little bit thought, being a little bit thoughtful as we're doing that like this. So we don't have to create something that is not we're gonna use. Sometimes we have the middle steps. So over here we don't have to create something that we have to cover or erase. So this is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at the arm. So since we have the orange color, and I'm just gonna paint this arm from here. Okay, all the way. Yes, look at that, like this. That's good. Ooh, could be a little issues. I maybe make the person a little bit too big because I set it over here. It maybe not. So I'm gonna see this the arm. I'm gonna put the arm over here. The hand right here. So this very helpful if we define the larger location before we go to small. And then on this side, I'm gonna have a little bit tiny more red. And see that, a little bit tiny more red. Like that. Pretty good. Okay. Now, getting there. Still pretty good. Good. And then the thumb underneath over here. Now take a look at this hand. Since we know this, so there's a little gap over here. That's good. Like that. Coming this way. And then under here. Coming all the way down over here. This is good. Like right under here. That's the elbow. That's a little bit clear. That's good. Alright. And then the thumb. This thumb. Coming out a little bit. Okay. Pretty good. Still, the person's still pretty good. I'm gonna have a little bit darker, and I'm gonna make a little bit more clear. So it's right over here. come that over like that. And then this is still wet, so I'm not gonna touching it for now. So think a little bit more before you actually start painting. It's very important. And coming over here, up a bit, like that. Beautiful. Now we have quite a bit of good foundations. Okay. And a little bit darker, like that. Okay. One thing at a time. And the petal is still pretty good. I'm gonna actually draw a little big line over here. Define the angle a little bit better. And the next step, we're gonna painting the larger shape outside. And with those definitions, and actually very good help. So now I'm gonna come back to seeing the whole paper. Okay. Now I'm gonna come back here, take a look. And now I can come here, see it's good. Now I'm gonna define that shape a little bit better, like that. Pretty good. One hand, we don't want it to look like very outline, and or maybe make it feel like a very I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna give a little bit more, like from here. I'm gonna have this line and keep going over here and up like that. I think that line is good. Over here, we're gonna come to the top over here. That's good. Now I can actually draw a little bit lighter shape. I'm not sure this is too dark. This is good. And here you go, like that. That's good. And here, now I'll come back to circular back over here. So we find a seat. Yep. Okay, I think this is a pretty good time to add the color of her shirt, and at least the light shape of the shirt. Here you go, like that. And using this color, we can define the top shape of the petal. Okay, that's good. Nice. We don't really need so wet, so we don't need this so wet. Soft that a bit. And I may also add a little yellow color the top over here, just for now. Okay. There you go. I can have something miss, this is okay. And it's that, it's coming all the way here, all the way before this shape. And then on this, the closer to this side is a more orange color. So I'm gonna leave this color, the blue color, alone. So I'm gonna have that That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit red, so make it feel like orange. You see, normally the people would think that, oh, okay, there's an orange color. Let me pick up the orange color. So you don't have to do that with the primary color only. So you can think about, oh, okay, get a little bit red, and that's fix the issues. Okay. A lot easier and simpler. Okay, and the back also gonna have this color too. Just give it a little bit on the back over here. Here you go. Should be a little bit tiny lower. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Be a little bit tiny red. A little bit warmer. Yeah, this may be a little bit too hard for beginners. But it's a lot something we talk about and mentioning about in the drawing study as well as this painting process, and it could be help you to learn how you that the technique apply to any painting. For next month, I'm working on the planning. It's going to be a little bit more on the fundamental side. So I'm going to find some enjoyable, simple objects that we're going to learn through and a little bit easier. And if you have any suggestions, do let me know. If you have any reference that you would like us to do that and learn that through, and let me know. I would love to take your suggestions. Okay, maybe a little bit more. That's good. All right, now the boat, I have enough color over here and see the curve over here too. This is pretty good. And we can set a little bit the gray color like this. I'm gonna have the brush facing to the bottom like that and push the top and have like the middle of those brush, and it would be a lot easier to have the gradient to going from a little bit darker at the bottom and moving to the top. Okay, like that. That's good. All right. That's good. I think this is pretty good now. We can start the real painting. So this time I'm going to use the 1 inch and a quarter, 1 inch and a quarter inch. So what I'm going to do, the top over here is very soft, so I'm going to soft the paper first by using the water. So I'm going to have this coming down this way, and I use the water now is as a mask, and I don't automatically use like a paint always like a wet the whole paper first. I don't do that. I need to have a purpose to do it, to wet the whole paper. And like over here, I'm going to do that as a mask. So the color is going to only moving in the area, the wet area. And that's good. That, and we don't have to have the edge too careful, because we can paint the edge when we are painting the paint. So I'm going to have it close enough. Okay, that's good. Like that. And coming here too. Okay. Now. Okay. I'm wondering that we maybe do it 2 steps. One step that is paint the color of the water, because that is the blue color, and then we're gonna come up over here to paint the reflection. So let's do that. I'm gonna come here. That's good. Now down over here, the only thing we need to protect is the boats. That's good. I'm gonna take a look at the shape of the boat, paint around that. So this shape, a little bit loose this color. I'm gonna redo that line. That's here. That's good. And watch how the water. So put your head down a little bit. You can see how the water look. You got that's good. Very good. Okay, very well. Now water over here. All right, so I'm gonna paint the water at the front, and it has some little bit warmer color, and I can do this a little bit warmer color first, so I have a little bit red. Yeah, you can see that. And in the mind, everything is about red, yellow, and blue. So over here, I can see that there's some red color. Can you see it? There's a little red color at the front over here too. Have some little bit more like a wet color, but make it feel like it is there, like a pinky, a purple color. And we're gonna have a little bit more. Now I'm gonna have the blue color, and I think the blue color will be the green shade blue color. And here you go. Here we go, all the way up over here. You can see that. You can have all the way up there. That's fine. Okay, that's good. Just the corner of the brush. That's good enough. Now I'm going to come on to this side. I'm going to adjust the corner of the brush. It just have some kind of the water ripple and the cloud reflection. Oh, look at that, the water, very interesting. Yeah. Now I'm going to continue over here. I'm going to have even more blue color And sometimes when the paper too wet and you can not control or have your paint very stable in it. Okay, so sometimes we need to wait, let it dry a little bit more, like that. So I'm also gonna have the little red shade blue color with French Marine, and I'm gonna have that a little bit over here. Can you see it right there? And start adding this. Here you go, coming in a little bit on this side. That's good. That's good. That's good. So far, go through this. Never panic, because panic never help. You just have to think about it. And if you need to set up your mind a little bit better, do a little bit more study before the painting. That's where I always say that. That's what the drawing study and even the color study would help. Okay, that's good. And the top over here, now the blue color would make the bird stand out. If you don't want it to stand out that much, don't make the blue color next to the bird or a particular bird too much contrast in the value. Okay, that's good. Like that. All right, here. That's the corner sometimes. There you go. On this side. Nice. Now I'm going to continue over here. A little bit more blue. That's good. Again, go through that over here. I'm going to have a little bit more red color into here. I'm just going to put the red into it. That will be fine. Okay. And it will going to merge into the blue color together. Like that. Okay. Okay. I think this is pretty cool already. Now I'm just going to lift up some color over here, move the color a bit. That's good, like that. Move the color a bit. Okay, that's good. And over here, lift up some color. I just use my two fingers to get rid of the wet before I return it back to the paper. I'm not introduce more wet. It just lift up some of the wet paint. Now I see the water feeling is very nice. Okay, look at it again. Just called lifting. And here too, lifting a little bit. And now here's something on the bottom over here. A little bit accumulate too much wet. I can lift it up a bit. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this lift up the water ripple. Can you see it? Very nice. That's good. Lift up the ripple. There you go. Here too. And beautiful. Now the magic begins. And the top over here, I'm gonna have a little bit more blue back in here. I'm gonna take a little bit more blue over here. There you go, like this. And the top over there, I'm gonna have a little bit more blue. That. Nice. Okay, prepare the texture. Then when the blue over here, just stop and have a clean edge going through like that. Okay, I think the water is pretty good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more, just use a very dry brush like this. I'm gonna have some, this area still pretty wet, so I'm gonna have, and this is a bigger size fat brush. I really like it. It's a brand new brush. Okay, like this. I'm gonna have a little bit more over here. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit tiny red at the front over here. So I'm gonna have a little bit tiny more red. Okay, here you go. Add a little bit red into it. It's more like a purplish. That's good. Oh, I really like that. Okay, that's good. Over here, a little bit tiny. Okay, I think that the front over here looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna moving up over here. So this is good. Now the top over there is going to be start from the brown color. So that may be a little bit too much red into this. So I'm going to lift up some water. Here we go. Now take a look. I'm going to get the yellow color. Right, just the three color. Right, the blue, yellow, and red. But I don't want it too bright, so take a little bit more blue color. That's good. And if you want to be warmer, it's got a little bit red color. So I'm gonna have that over here. It's very important to seeing that how dark that color would be. If you have it like a one round to get to the color that you want, it will be magic, right? So I'm gonna have that down over here. So I'm gonna take a look at it. Okay, here we go. With that coming over here too. Let's take a look. I need to make it even darker. So maybe get a little bit yellow, a little bit red, and the blue. You see that? That's just no magic. If you still have problem with mixing the color from the three primary colors, do a little bit more practice. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have that. That's good. This, like a reflection coming down. That's good. Don't need to be too bright. That would be fine. The color that is probably good enough. Okay, now I'm going to have the green color. And okay, this is good. I'm gonna have a lot more yellow. Right? And a lot more yellow, a lot more blue. Most of the time when I mix the gray color And I don't necessarily to use the red shade blue color, because it doesn't really make too much difference when you mix all the three colors together, unless between the two colors it will make the difference. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have that, maybe a little bit tiny more red. Okay, a little bit blue. Here we go. Now I'm gonna come in over here. Here you go. Wow, this is good. Sure, that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit more green. Let's get a little bit more yellow. And a little bit darker. Here you go. That's good. Doesn't need to be so clear. Yeah, it can be different. Okay, that's good. So it's kind of like you're dropping in the color. Often I say that, okay, dropping in technique, because it's still pretty wet. Keep going. Keep coming down. Keep the wet going. That's good. Keep going down this way. Now looking at here, it's going to stop soon. And now I'm going to change my flat brush to the 1 inch. So get a little bit smaller and smaller. So here you go. I'm going to remix the color. Yellow, red, and blue. Okay, that's perfect. Get a little bit tiny more water. Okay, a little bit more blue. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna come in over here, and coming around the head. That's become critical. So I make sure it's dark enough. Okay, here you go. A little bit more red too. Okay, this need to go a little bit faster. Here you go, like that. Make sure all the hair come together nicely. Okay. That's good. Okay, coming onto this side. Let's just paint around the edge. That's good. Okay, it's good. Continue. Take a look on this side. Now I'm going to keep going onto here. It's very important. I'm going to have that a little bit dark color on here too. Okay. And I'm going to keep going here. Make sure they're consistent, the wetness. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit more yellow and the blue and mix it together. Get a little bit tiny water. That's just good. I'm going to come in over here to see, wrap around. That's good. See the shape? Pretty good. That's good. Yeah, keep looking for the shape. Okay. Go around this. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Big shape. Now, still keep it consistent. The texture, that's just good. Now I'm gonna come over here. I'm in here. Now I'm gonna have the dry brush coming through like this. That's good. Very critical here. Okay, here you go. And here you go. Like that. That's good. I like that. So far, so good. I'm gonna get a little bit yellow over here, and that's the dry brush coming all the way here. That's good. There you go. That's the dry brush, like that. Okay, that's good. Other smaller shape, we can use other brush. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna come back over here, make sure that the texture being consistent. I'm gonna drop a little bit yellow color in here. Right now, it's getting drier and drier. That's easier to create a shape. Okay, here you go, like that. And over here too, a little bit more green. That's good. And a little bit darker. And I know that somewhere we need to jump back into a lot quicker, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna have this big shape. So that's some shape coming over the water. Like that, and this can be even darker in front of that, and also set that a little bit more wet. Continue. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, a little bit darker over here too. Okay, pretty good. Just how the water moving has become very critical. Yeah. Now I'm gonna come in here to use the calligraphy brush and continue, finish that shape. A little bit too narrow to use the large brush. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get a little bit yellow. Okay, this is good. A little bit tiny red. Okay, here you go, like that. a little bit tiny water. Now coming back in here, I'm gonna look into that shape. Okay, also gonna show it to you a little bit closer. Okay, pretty good, like that. The nose, the mouth, that's good. Perfect. See that? Wonderful. Great. That's good. That's how all connected, wet into wet. I'm going to take a look at the top, the head over here. That's okay. If this is very minor, we can use the opaque paint if we need to later on. Okay, that's good. Good, perfect. That's good. Very well. And have a little bit gap in here. Good, perfect. Maybe slightly higher, so that the arm doesn't need to be a piece to be so big. Okay, that's good. And a little bit, look. See that? That's the shape. That's good. All right, pretty good. So I'm gonna have a little bit yellow. Okay, here you go. Coming back in here. And here you go. Okay, wonderful. And on this side, a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna look at the back over here. Beautiful. Like that. Mission accomplished. Now, I'm going to take a look. We're going to do a little lifting at the front over there, but this is pretty good over here. The water, you see that? That's very nice. Okay. And then here, I'm going to do that. The same color over here. I'm going to do that. You see this? A little bit more reflection down over here. It's also like a green color. And I'm going to open up the brush a little bit. I'm going to take a look at this and coming over like that, the ripple in the reflection. Okay, and that's good. Now I'm going to see this. That's just very interesting. Coming over here, you see there's a yellow. I'm going to have this like this, and isn't it? That's very interesting. That's also here. Dry brush like that. I can have a little bit darker. You see this, a little bit darker like that. A little bit darker here too, and also a little bit darker over here. Get this very important shape. And all right, I'm gonna get there. Oh, that's getting excited. Okay, over here, and coming all the way here, there is a shape, and that's like this. Perfect. And that's the shape reflection up there, and the head. Like that. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Now the ripple continue over here. Oh, nice. Gonna have the little bit drier, and some of the shapes, some a little bit somewhere, a little bit clear somewhere. That's good. And that's a reflection over here. You see that? Here we go. That's good. And coming down directly from here, like this. Because it's, I think it's dripping water, making the ripple. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Pretty good. We have a little bit more shape coming onto this side. Maybe a little bit more brighter green color. It's just a little bit more red. Oh no, a little bit more yellow and the green, the blue. Okay, over here, like that. There you go. Okay. Good, wonderful. And see the ripple over here. It's kind of dry brush. I'm gonna have a little bit more dry before I do that. Okay. Okay, this is pretty good over here. Now I'm gonna come back over here to clean a little bit. That's a little bit softer. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna come over here to get something quite dark from. So take a little bit more red. Actually, I'm gonna do that right in here, the bottom. Okay. And that's good. I'm gonna get a little bit blue. Now here we go. That's good. I'm gonna see how this is gonna go. And then I'm gonna have a little bit more yellow. I'll say a little bit green if you want to say. Okay, here you go. Look at that color. Beautiful. Okay. And a little bit more like an orange color. Make it a little bit open. Okay, that's good. That, you see how much the reflection we need. They're probably good enough already. Okay. Look at that. Interesting. I'm gonna have a little bit darker. A little bit tiny more blue. Darker over here. Like that shape. Nice. I'm gonna have even darker. Just the blue and the red color. Okay, here you go. Run over here. A bit darker. Over here too. And if you want something a little bit more clear, just wait. And it will be fine a little bit later. Okay. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit more dimmer, just the blue color. A little bit deeper, like that. Okay, it's good. And here I have a little bit more blue. A little bit blue. Right in here. Okay, that's good. And then I'm gonna have a little bit greenish coming onto it this side. That's good. Like that. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm gonna have some, just use the water. I have this color bleeding down like this. That's good. All right. I can have a little bit orange color. Okay, get a little bit red and yellow. A little bit brighter color. Here we go, like that. You can have that over here. Let's see. Like that. And here you go. Some, just the yellow, probably. Good enough. Like that's perfect. A little bit yellow over here too. And I know we're gonna use the opaque, but we're gonna set this color first. I'm gonna have the opaque on that a little bit later. So I'm gonna have that little bit orange color as well in the middle of this. Okay, like that. That's pretty good. And here you go. A little bit more orange color, just the watercolor right now. Okay, pretty good. Right now, like that. Now you can see the whole painting already come together, right? And even though we haven't finished the face, the dark, but this is the most important step, that we're getting all the larger shape come together. Now I'm just going to do a little lifting. That this is already kind of stable already. Okay, almost 100% dry. So I'm gonna come over here very softly. Just lift up a little shape. Okay, see that? Like that. Very softly. Nice. And a little bit over here too. That's good. Like that. We don't have to do too much. Okay, that's good over here too. Like this. Nice. Now you can see so how the water moving. So I'm gonna have another shape over here. Create the impression, a connection. Okay, perfect. Like that. So I'm gonna have this as well, a little bit more. A little bit. Make it feel like this is not the land, this is the water, part of the movement. Okay, very nice. A little bit over here. Okay. You see that? That's pretty nice. On top over here, I'm gonna soften that a little bit tiny more. I'm gonna prepare that, and I'm gonna have the blue color, a little bit brighter blue color. I'm gonna just take a little bit blue. Okay, here we go. You can see that there's a little bit more blue. Just the edge over here. Is that nice? Here you go. A little bit more overlaid, a little bit blue color on it. Okay, soften that on the outside. Okay, very nice. I think the water is pretty good. Now I come back in here. I think I need to do a little lifting. Clean my brush. Do a little bit lifting over here. Can you see? That need to be light up a bit. So I'm gonna light this up a little bit because the blue colors is the underpainting. So it may be showing just gonna be fine. That's good. Make it a lot more convincing. That's good. Great. And take a look at that. Here. Okay, that's good. And let me see. And over here, I can do a little light up a little bit. There's supposed to be a light shape over here, the reflection of the petal. I can just light it up here. That's good. Nice. And let's see what is missing. I'm gonna light up over here too. I'm gonna have a little bit blue color there. Okay, that's good. Wonderful. Now I'm gonna come here. Now light up over here too. We don't need that to be so dark. Is how easy. One step at a time. So, all right. And so the overall the painting is already good. It's done. So what is waiting for us to do is just to zoom in to finish this main object, add a few details and the darks, and this painting will be very well done. How you guys doing? Okay, now let's come into working on the person. Now everything is already stable and dry, so it's pretty good. And now let's focusing on the face. And the top over here, we might need to expand the shape of the head. Now it's the gouache white we're going to come to use, right? So we do that a little bit later. So this is easy. So I'm going to, that makes a little bit warm brown color. Here we go. I'm gonna have it a little bit higher so you can see how it makes the color on here. Get a little bit tiny blue color. When you see the green, you don't see the green. You see the blue. If that makes sense, right? So this is already dried, so it's no problem. You just put your arm on it. Here you go. Like the face. Perfect. That. Wonderful. And a little gap. That's good. Over here too. Okay. And on the face, we're gonna have a little bit tiny more red, a little bit more brighter. There you go. Perfect. Be very sensitive to how the color change, so we can modify the three colors in the color and accordingly. And the nose, we're gonna have a little bit even darker, a little bit later, like that. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to clean the brush. That's going to have this a little bit tiny lighter going toward the mouth. Okay, it's good, nice. That's good. Ooh, perfect. That's just good. I'm gonna have a little bit more red and the blue. Okay, a little bit more red. Perfect. Now, over here, a little bit darker. That's good. Like that. Okay. Now the face looks pretty good already. Now I'm gonna have just a little bit for the head in the shadow. There you go. That's good. Like that. Pretty good. Now I'm gonna come to their shirt. How's that? They have a little bit more red into it. Okay, right here. That's good. Like that. And nice. Pretty nice. Okay. Now test your patience. I'm gonna have a little bit water over here. That's good. Now this arm, we'll do that a little bit later. Or it's gonna merge together. And I'm gonna soften that a little bit here to prepare the shadow. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna take the time to set a little bit the definitions of shadow shape of the hands. So this, here you go, like that. This side, a little bit more. The shadow. Plain. Yeah, that's good. A little bit tiny red. So it's just fun. This is very easy part when you get to here, right? And that's the thumb. Pretty good. Take a look over here. Yes. And also under, that's the thumb. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit lighter red. Okay, here we go. On this side. That's the hand. On this side. Shadow. Now gradually coming back under here, get a little bit yellow. Okay, here we go. Now between the yellow and the red. Now this showing the separation of this hand. Like this, pretty good. Now this already drive, so we can work on this. Yeah, here we go. Now just the water. Bring it over. That's good. Alright. And maybe the outside can shrink a little bit more, but that's a little bit later. So keep going. This have a little bit more bluish. Okay, here you go. A little bit more great. See, right here like that. A little bit tiny red. That. Okay, that's good. This arm is already in good shape. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit blue on the handle. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have this all the way and to there. Okay, here we go. And here. Like that. Perfect. Like that. Very good. I'm gonna have very tiny little gray color, little big shadow here. That's good. Wonderful. Now on this side too, give it a little bit extended. That's good. And have a little bit tiny right there. Even like a little bit more like a light yellow orange color on the top over here. Soften that. I hope you will stay with me as I finish this painting. You will see the full videos in the Patreon community. If you're not yet a member, a good news for you. Now you can join our member community with the free trial. I'm looking forward to see you in our next member watercolor class.